Hi guys, today I'm going to show you a really quick exercise that you can do if you're somebody that does a lot of driving and somebody that does a lot of sitting, and also if you're somebody that suffers from a lot of SI joint discomfort at the back, so your sacroiliac joint at the back of your hips. So the SI joint is big and it's got a big job to do. If you think about it, where it sits at the bottom of the spine and it joins the two halves of your pelvis, the innominate bones. So it is subject to quite a lot of pressure and stress that goes through it. You think about the forces that come up from the ground and also kind of from the sort of head down as the skeleton sort of moves. So yeah, it can be a bit of a sticky joint, shall we say. So this is a really good exercise. I will caution though, if you are somebody that is hypermobile, then this is maybe not the exercise for you to do. So I would maybe just skip this. But in general terms, great exercise to release around the hips for pretty much everybody that I see. And I do start a lot of one-to-ones with this little series. So like I say, you need a chair. You're going to sit up on your sit bones. I'm just going to show you one thing. We're actually going to work in a little posterior tilt for all of the sort of contract release exercises that we're going to do here. The reason for that is when we are sitting, pretty much our default is to tip the pelvis forward. So I would say that is a true pattern for about 99% of the people that I see. We kind of tend to go into this anterior tilt of the pelvis, where we increase the lordosis in our low back and we kind of sit like this. So we're going to start from neutral up on the sit bones, but actually when we go in to do the contract relax part of the exercise, the little set, then you are going to tuck your tailbone underneath you to roll off your sit bones, and then you're going to flatten out that lumbar arch there. So you're just resetting the pelvis. So you're going to work the opposite direction from the one that we're stuck in for pretty much most of the day. So keep that in mind. Take your time, move through them. They're really simple, really quick to do, but just take your time when you move through them. Move through mindfully, and of course, try and always remember to take that posterior tuck of the pelvis. So first one is to release the hip flexors. So up on the sit bones, you're going to roll under. So tuck your tailbone underneath you. Bring the leg up, hands to the thigh bone, and just press and resist. Okay, so I'm pressing my leg up into my hands and I'm pushing back with my hands, and you'll feel the hip flexors hopefully come on here at the top, and then you're going to release, and same thing other side. So just a few seconds each side. Remember to keep that tuck of the tailbone underneath you, and then leg down, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to release around the back, so the kind of rotators, the glute muscles now. So this time basket weave with the hands, pick the leg up, tuck your tailbone underneath you, and then just press into the hands with the leg just for a few seconds, and that's that. Other side, same thing. Press the leg into the hands, tailbones tucked. Yeah, you can really go for it, and then release. And then we're going to work side to side. So the inner edge of the inner seam and the outside seam of the hips. So you can do this individually or both at the same time. Depends how much time you've got. So tucking that tailbone underneath you, hands to the outside edges of the thighs, and then just resist the press of the legs. So press the legs into the hands. Tailbones tucked. Might feel a little bit weird. Get a little bit of abdominal work going on as well. Press the legs into the hands and then release. And then the opposite side. So back on the sit bones, press the hands into the inner thighs, roll off your sit bone, and then press the legs again into the hands. Resist that pressing of the legs. Inner thighs light up. And then you can just release. And hopefully you'll feel a nice sort of softness there, left with a nice little softness, a nice little release around the thighs. You can stand up, give your legs a little shake, and yeah, see how that fits. Just one more thing to know is when you're doing this, make sure that you don't cross over. So it can be helpful to place your hand on your opposite hip here. So you're just giving yourself a little bit of feedback that you're not crossing the body and you're not bringing that hip on either, okay? So work with that a little bit. If you're a little bit maybe disconnected, make sure your torso stays nice and square, okay? So a little hand here on the opposite hip to give you that feedback. Other than that, you're good to go. I hope you find it helpful. Leave a comment, let me know, and I'll see you back here soon.